Hello, my wonderful catechetical team. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone had a great holiday season. I wanted to make this video for those of you that weren't able to make our last meeting, which was this last Sunday in the evening. This upcoming week, we have another confirmation retreat team meeting, and I just wanted to cover a couple things with you that we covered from the last meeting in case there's something that you could maybe pray on and think about maybe volunteering for our retreat. So this year, what I'm trying to do is to create a little more dispersion of the job duties for the retreat. I know a lot of you have great gifts and talents, and I feel like I've underutilized you in the past, and that I've kind of absorbed so much of the retreat that a lot of you could just do more. So my hope is to assign job duties to more of you. So what I want to do is I want to talk about what those coordinator positions are, those job duties for the retreat, and then you guys could think about it, and then when we meet on Sunday, we'll fill those positions. So, excuse me. First one is a prayer coordinator. That prayer coordinator would be someone that coordinates all the prayers before meals. In the past, we had Claire Dempsey help with that, where she actually had a written prayer, and she didn't necessarily have to be the one that did all the prayers, but she could hand it off to someone else and say, hey, will you please read this for our breakfast opening prayer, something like that. So I'm looking for someone to do a similar job as well. So all of our meals, when we have a time for prayer, are coordinated by that prayer coordinator. Coordinator for cleanup, so after our meals, our coordinator for cleanup would be the person that would assign which table or which small group is going to clean all the tables and make sure everything is put away properly, like the retreat facility asked us to do. So that would be part of those job duties. Also, the coordinator for cleanup would also make sure that the dorms are clean and ready to go when we check out on Sunday. Dorm room coordinator would be someone that is making sure that the kids are going to bed at the correct times and they're waking up at the correct times as well. And then also the dorm room coordinator would be the person that would walk through the dorms before the kids even get there, just to make sure that there was no damage prior to our group showing up, just so we don't get any extra expenses or anything like that in case someone says that we broke something in a room that was already there. So that would be the dorm room coordinator, and obviously we would need one for the boys and for the girls. The rosary coordinator, we're going to do a rosary on Saturday and Sunday morning, so whoever the rosary coordinator is would be someone that would bring out one of my racks of rosaries. You can see the blue rack, which is behind me, which we'll bring up on the retreat. Just make sure that everyone's in the same spot and that you start the rosary at the same time. I'd love that to be one of you guys. Obviously, I would love to participate myself as well. But anyways, I would like one of our adult or peer ministers to be the coordinator of that. The skit coordinator, if our peer ministers decide to do the skit again this year, I need one person to kind of take over the coordination of that skit. Making sure that you guys rehearse before we get up to the confirmation retreat, just because we need you guys to be, we need all the peer ministers to be with their small groups and not pulling out and practicing up there and stuff like that. So that's got to be dialed in and done, and the skit coordinator is going to help with that. Stations of the Cross coordinator. So last year we did the Passion Walk, which was great and it was fun, but we're going to have a smaller team this year. And there was some things that could be improved on that, and so this year I found a great thing from Life Teen, which is the Stations of the Cross for teens. Excuse me. So that Stations of the Cross coordinator is going to assign who's going to stand where and do what station and read what part, who's going to lead the teens around. So that would be the Stations of the Cross coordinator. That's going to be an important role as well. Supply coordinator is going to be a person that's making sure that all the small groups have their supplies, that we pack everything. So that supply coordinator, we would definitely need to help come down, pack up the bins, on the Thursday before the retreat on the 24th in the evening. And the supply coordinator would also be the one that if someone needed some extra pens or markers or whatever, the supply coordinator is a person that would handle all of that. The AV coordinator, so this year I'd like to use some of the projection equipment that they have up there a little bit better, so our AV coordinator would know who is doing what talk, if they need music or if they need a Bible verse shown up on the screen. The AV coordinator would make sure that that stuff is handled and done and taken care of. And then finally, the small group coordinator. So the small group coordinator would be in charge of making sure that the small groups have their own spots, that if any questions came up during small group time, the small group coordinator could kind of help answer those as well. This year, since we have such a small confirmation class, we're only going to have 5 small groups, which will hopefully help free up people that are going to do these coordinator positions a little more as well. Obviously, we want to give everyone an opportunity to share their faith as well. So if you aren't assigned to a specific small group, then you have an opportunity to do a witness talk or lead one of the activities. So anyways, that's just a little heads up for the upcoming meeting, and then we're also going to talk a little bit about the retreat schedule and the flow of things and kind of what my expectations are building on from last year. So we will see you guys all on Sunday at 2 o'clock for one of our last retreat team meetings. And thank you so much for all that you do and all that you give to our youth and our parish. And I'm really excited that it's going to be another amazing retreat. And we will see you guys on Sunday. All right. Thank you and God bless.